Hello, friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Upenda Nice Barasa. In case you're new here, and I'm so excited to finally remember you guys after dumping you guys for a while. It's actually been a few months before, I don't know, a few weeks maybe. I think I haven't had the time to really just sit down and chat with you guys with everything that has been happening. Obviously, a lot has been going on in my life, but I decided first to start with a 2025 recap. I'm going to divide this into three segments: the lows, the highs, and the lessons. And I think just to put this out there, I've always wanted to do out of these videos because when I wanted to start YouTube, I used to like watching like live updates, recap, what has been happening, Q&As, and finally I get to do one of my own. But let's start with lows. Sorry, I keep glancing at my laptop just in case I forget my points. But let's start. Number one, low. This year I went through a personal loss and it was very dear to my heart. Just for context, because I don't want us to dwell there, because I'm getting to speak about this publicly. In fact, many people don't know this except for my family and my very close friends. But I went through a personal loss. I had a miscarriage at 5 months pregnant. And yeah, that really changed my life. In fact, I can't even believe that I'm seated here talking about it. But finally, let's not dwell there. Let's not, because I don't want to cry on this channel. But yeah, it was a very difficult time. And just God decided that this year I'm going to be his strongest soldier. But as you can see, I survived. I did survive. Let's just quickly move to the highs because I think that was the most difficult experience of my life. And it was the only low that I experienced for the first half of this year. And that means a lot of good things also happened thanks to that experience. I guess I get rewarded with more highs. The first high was definitely YouTube. Let me tell you guys, the reason why I'm really grateful for this community, and even when I was away since I think October, November, things haven't been really good because I was going through an extreme burnout, and I think I will talk more about it as the video progresses. But YouTube was my escape. It's what kept me going all this while. And during that time is when I was still on leave and I moved into this apartment. I started creating content. Like the only thing that kept me sane was you guys and this community. And I'm so grateful for that. I remember starting YouTube as a trauma response. And if you guys watched my initial videos, I kept saying, that you guys have been going through a tough season. I'm going through a tough season. And now you know what the tough season was. And that's why I kept drumming it in every time, I put out a vlog because you guys really held me together. Your positive comments. In fact, I think I've only received two negative-ish comments on this channel. But aside from that, it has all been positive and I'm so grateful for you guys. Yeah. If I remember many of my subscribers, Dima, Sam, like oh my god, now I forget. Like so many of you guys have been here with me and I'm very grateful. Still on YouTube. This year we got two brand deals. Okay, before we get excited, none of them came to pass. But for me, it was a sign. It definitely was a sign. And I remember it was just after I hit 1,000 subscribers. I felt so good that two companies, two agencies sat down and watched my channel and thought, I think we could work with them, you know? And although many of them did not work out because, the brand has to approve, blah, blah, blah. And social media is a game of numbers. I had only hit 1,000 subscribers. And at that point, I wasn't really confident when it came to brand deals because I was just adjusting, went back to work and everything. So many of both of them didn't work out. The first one didn't work out because it was more technical. It was something to do with tech, software, editing, and I'm not good at editing and I didn't want to burden myself with something I am not familiar with. And then the other one was a travel company that was working with influencers in Japan. Yeah, for me that was really good because it meant I was doing something and somebody is watching or was watching. And if I keep doing this, there are more people who are going to discover me, and probably, who knows, we might have a brand deal next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Another high this year I got featured on a Kenyan newspaper called the Business Daily. That was also a very, very huge thing for me, just because, starting out with content, such things adds to your portfolio and to your brand. So it was a really, really good thing. I did a feature on what Christmas looks abroad or for Kenyans in the diaspora. And probably I hope we get featured and maybe do more media, like media related things like interviews, magazines, collaborations. I think that would be really, really great. As a creator who's just starting out, growing, I think these are the things that matter. So if you're seated somewhere and you think we could do something, please hit me up. Another high for me was moving out. Guys, I really enjoy my own space. And when I came to Japan, I think you guys have seen the first house tour. I lived in a Leo Palace, which is basically a shoebox. That's what I like to call it. And I really didn't enjoy that space just because I love decorating, I love interior design. And when the moving out, even though it didn't, the intention behind moving out was not okay. I'm losing my words. When I moved out, I didn't move out. I was forced to move out because, I was expecting another human, and then things didn't work out. So I ended up moving out alone. And this apartment has healed me in so many ways. Just the process of decorating. Every time I wake up and just stretch, and I'm like, oh my God, this is my beautiful apartment. So, this is something that really made me happy this year and still makes me happy. Although I've been feeling a little like I've outgrown this space. I don't know. It's just maybe it's just the burnout, but sometimes I feel like, should I get another apartment? I know it's such a weird thing because I haven't been here even up to maybe this is my 6th month, but maybe I'm starting to outgrow it. I don't know. I don't know. But let's move on. My next win this year has been healing, and I'm not just talking healing from the personal loss that I talked about earlier, but just as a person. Oh my God, like the self work I have been doing for the last 4 years is finally starting to make sense, and I hate that I had to go through something traumatic for me to actually start seeing the results because it's like this year everything was fast tracked. I started like paying more attention to myself and, you know, thinking about the things that matter. Let me tell you guys, we'll talk about it in the lessons, but this year has really taught me a lot. And I'm really, really grateful to God for the healing that I have gone through. Yeah. The next one is okay, this is very they go hand in hand. So healing, knowing and understanding myself, finding myself again, and my identity plus transformation. I feel like all those things are just intertwined, but I've really gotten to understand myself. What do I like? Why don't I like? Like at this point, I cannot fake to like something. I don't know if that makes sense, like the frontal lobe at 25. I'm 25 by the way. And it's like in the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, maybe I can persevere this. But now, even the tiniest of things, if I don't want to go somewhere, I'm just like, I don't want to go. I changed my mind. I said yes, but on the day off, I don't feel like, I just say no. And this has really been life changing because I don't have to sit through discomfort just to make someone happy or to just, because I promised that I would do it. I don't have to do it because guess what? I can't sit through discomfort anymore. Like it's just difficult for me to pretend or fake that I'm enjoying something, yet I'm not. Even if it's something as tiny as food. I won't say, oh, I mean, it's great, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. And it's a really beautiful place to be, guys. I wish this for everyone who is watching this video. You don't have to sit through discomfort. And the first time it's a bit difficult, but once you do it 1, 2 times, oh, it becomes very, very easy. And it's nice to actually feel like this. The next one was building community. This is actually one of my 2026 resolutions because one thing about me, I love to be by myself. I love to stay in my own space. But yeah, life taught me that community is very, very important. You could be going through the pits of hell, and the people who are going to like just hold you together. is your friends, your family, people close to you. That community is very, very important. And that's my, in fact, priority in 2026. Talking of priorities, this Christmas, I decided, you know what, in the spirit of building community, let me host a Christmas dinner. And oh my God, was it successful? I will put the pictures on the screen for you guys to see. It was so nice, so, so nice. I brought my close friends together from Nigeria, from Kenya. It was basically Kenya ex Nigeria. And it was such an amazing, amazing time. I did film a bit, but guys, I have footage from all the way in October where I even started a vegetable garden. And I filmed that in October, and I just can't bring myself to edit. I have so many footage, like so many videos filmed for you guys, but I just can't bring myself to edit because of the burnout that I've been experiencing. And lastly, this is really dear to my heart as well. If you guys know what PCOS is, I do have PCOS, and this year my symptoms have been suppressed thanks to the law that happened this year. I don't know what the connection is, but somehow after that happened, my skin has been clearer than ever since the beginning of the year. To this point, I lost so much weight, but even now I've gained a bit. Yeah, I think in July, after everything that happened, I was at 65 kgs, but now I've gone up to like 74 kgs, which is still a win for me. 65 is my ideal weight. I would really want to be at 65. And yeah, PCOS was just making it harder for me initially, but now I'm at a place where I really, really enjoy my body. I love being tiny. And I want to be tinier in 2026. Honestly, like I've been going ham for the last few months because I just started eating and eating and eating a lot, especially in summer, all the cakes I was baking and everything. But at least I'm still not badly off. I can still go back to 65 if I want to. So my PCOS symptoms literally just kind of disappeared overnight, literally, including yeah, my period. It just became very stable. But I think if you guys want to know more about that side of me, I can do a separate video on PCOS and everything. Lastly, let's move to lessons. My lesson number one, let me just read it out: saying no and standing on it. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I think I started recovering in 2020, but I think 2025 is when I fully healed. I'm no longer recovering. I think I healed from people pleasing. And people pleasing really does take a lot from you. You just never realize it until you find yourself in situations where you really don't want to be there, but it's just difficult for you to say no. You don't want to disappoint anyone. But once you master the art of saying no, and I'm not saying be arrogant or no, I'm just saying if something is uncomfortable, you don't have to sit through it. That's that. Um, oh my God. Yeah, the 2 points intertwine. Speaking up despite the discomfort. I think that just goes hand in hand with point number one. Choosing myself. I think those three are intertwined as well. Anyway, let's move to the last two. One wrong move could cost your life, definitely. One wrong move could cost your life, friends. Think of it as driving. If you see a car coming in front of you, and instead of stopping or moving to the other lane and you keep driving, what happens? Yeah, you guys are just going to have a head on collision. And literally, if that accident could have been avoided if you just chose to go to the other side. So one wrong move literally could ruin your life. Don't do it, friends. Make wise decisions. My last lesson was trusting myself and instincts. I think women do have a very strong intuition. And let me tell you guys, mine is off the roof. Literally. Literally off the roof. There are so many times I chose not to trust that instinct. And it always came laughing at me because literally, if I just listened, I wouldn't be in that situation. And I'm not talking about a specific situation, I'm talking about in general. Sometimes I'm like, should I buy this thing? And something in me just tells me no, don't buy it. But I go ahead and say, but maybe I would like it. Maybe if I style it like this, I would like that pair of shoe. And then you go home and just regret why you bought it in the first place. Yet You are debating. In fact, at this point, my life rule, if I see something and I'm not like, wow, I need to have this, I'm not going to take it home. I'll have to rethink first, go home, come back next time. If I don't have that wow factor about something, I don't go ahead with it. The moment I start debating, immediately no. Yeah, immediately no. Anyway, that's the end of our 2025 recap. I think this year has been a mix of good and bad things, but being the 31st of December, actually, it is the 31st. I think I have a lot to thank God for, and I hope 2026 brings me a lot of joy. Yeah, I think one prayer I've been having is, in the same way I went through a lot, God, the same way, please just bless me in equal measure. The amount of suffering, if I suffered for 5 months, I have to swim in blessings for 5 months plus, you know? Yeah, because it's very unfair if I had to suffer for like 5 months and only enjoy for a month. But our God is a fair God, He's a just God. So I hope that my blessings, I get to swim in them for longer than my suffering. And I hope that I don't get to suffer in 2026. And every suffering should be like a prick, not a full injection, just a tiny bit, because what is life without challenges? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of this beautiful community. And I hope 2026 is kinder on all of us. Without much to say, see you again next time. Bye. Happy New Year.